So what is up, everybody? My name is Kid Ikarus, and this is my podcast. Today is a very special episode of the podcast. Today is the final episode of the first year of Ikarus Has a Podcast. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has listened to even one episode of my podcast. I really appreciate it. Anybody who has watched the episodes on YouTube, anybody who has shared this podcast, it really means a lot to me. I am so grateful to be able to do this, and I am looking forward to doing so much more exciting things in this year to come. If you are interested in any of the things that I am interested in, then continue to check this podcast out, because I'm going to be talking to people who have knowledge of different forms of art, different businesses, different things that, is interesting. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you for the continuing support. Today, the format is a little different. Instead of interviewing one person, I have a bunch of guests from this year on the podcast. A bunch of former guests reappearing for short little interviews, and then we have a gift exchange at the end. I wanted to just do something to say thank you to all these guests. And I wanted to also give a little bit of honor to the people who had the top most viewed, most listened to episodes of the podcast throughout the year. So unfortunately some weren't able to make it to the party, so I just wanted to give a little countdown of the top 5 of the audio version of the podcast right now. Before I get to that, though, I wanted to give a shout out first to the number one most viewed of the video version of the podcast. Number one by far was Melrose Hill, so thank you, Melrose Hill, for coming on for that podcast. It was really great. It was a fantastic episode, and you guys were number one. And then for the audio version of the podcast, here's the top 5. Number 5 was the first episode with Nathan Hamry. Number 4 was the very first episode of Ikarus Has a Podcast, episode 1 with Eric Shryock. Number 3 was the episode with Charlie B. That's episode 6 with Charlie B. Number 2 was the very first episode with Matt Soto of Matt Fit. That's episode 8. And the number one most listened to episode of this podcast was Ezza, the guitarist from Doulos, who you are about to see because he is the first person I interview in this episode. So once again, thank you guys all so much for the support. I really appreciate it, and stick around for the new year because there's going to be so much more to come. Thank you. All right, so we're recording right here. Ezza, what is up, man? Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So how's everything been since the podcast? I just want to lay out this plan because I got a plan in my mind.
Okay.
I feel comfortable when I overshare my plans. That way everyone's on the same board. I don't know if that's the right term, but we'll go with it.
Gotcha.
So this is kind of a Christmas/New Year kind of episode. Because it's Christmas, and I'm Christmassy, and I love Christmas, and I wanted to have some fun Christmas stuff. But also, it's the end of the year, so I want to look back on the year and how the year went, and see where everyone started, where they ended up. So
for sure,
let's see with Doulos, how's everything growing? How's everything going since the last time we sat down?
So writing and recording big time right now.
Okay.
We've recorded half of the new album that we're doing.
Okay.
Gonna go back next month. I think we're done this month now.
Okay.
So now we're just finishing up, tightening up some songs.
Yeah.
Practicing as much as we can and fitting that in with Christmas, and everyone's busier this time of year.
Did you say halfway done with recording?
Halfway done with
writing.
Halfway done with recording.
Okay.
And then writing, we're pretty much done.
Okay.
Now, now we're just adding bells and whistles, if you will.
Yeah, I was gonna say, production-wise, with your guys' stuff, how much How much are you going in, like, checking the tones and, like, adding layers that aren't, like, live and stuff? Do you guys do a lot of that?
Oh, yeah, especially with this one. So this is going to be the first one on, I mean, they haven't even announced it yet, but I think it's cool. But, yeah, first one on the label. So, like, we're trying to, like, really put everything into it. The songs that are on there are, like, probably, I would say, some of our best stuff, you know, lyrically and just more personal, I'd say. So with that in mind, we're trying to like take everything more seriously and really get into the production side of things. And we've lucky enough to work with this guy Jerry, Room 9 Studios, and he just knows how to kind of bring things out of us, and has all the equipment you could ever want, you know. So we're definitely messing around with tones, definitely messing around with different cabs and amps, and I'm using my own guitar, so but yeah, so we're definitely doing all of that.
On a scale of like the chunkier kind of music where every note on every instrument stops and starts on the same time, and the more spacey, shoegazy style music where everything's layered and it kind of just flows, where do you guys fall on that?
So I mean, we definitely want it to be groovy. We want there to for sure be a lot of groove in our music. I mean, you know, that's our favorite kinds of hardcore is like that, you know. We kind of are straying away from the more punky stuff, and I mean, yeah. I mean, with that, we're trying to make the album a piece, you know. So we're adding, you know, just different samples and different little things to make the album flow. So I mean, yeah, we're definitely not shoegazy, but
more tight, locked in kind of sound.
Definitely tight, locked in. But yeah, we do want it to flow. We want the entire album to feel like you don't want to stop listening to it, you know, because you know we hear albums and some of my favorite bands I'll skip songs or whatever, you know, but some albums I just don't want to, and that's how we want it to be.
You guys have a song on Spotify called, is it Cycles or Circles? Cycles. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that one, I have it on my like Saturday morning workout playlist.
Nice.
And like the last Saturday that I had it, which was not the one that was yesterday, but the week before that, that song came on, and I was like, oh, this sounds good. And at first I was thinking, is this a Dynasty track? Is this one of the Dynasty tracks? And then I checked it, and it was you guys, and I was like, okay, yeah. Like I really enjoyed it. So you guys, you said you're moving more away from the punkier stuff. Yeah, are you moving more into a more metalcore-y kind of style?
I wouldn't. I don't. You know, that's kind of in the eye of the beholder, if you will. Because I mean, we are straying away from the more punky stuff that we did, or the more punk rock stuff. But we do have 2 songs of this album that are like less than a minute long and just straight to the punch. You know, so there is some of that. But yeah. So, but definitely, I don't know.
But you're branching out.
We're definitely branching out. This is very different from the other stuff we've been doing. Everyone that hears some of our newer songs, they're just like, that's different, you know? So,
it sounds good. Like, it sounds, to me, it sounds like you're saying it's a more polished than a more rougher, punky sound. Like, it's more of a...
Yeah. I think also just it's more concise with what our lyrics are as well, because our lyrics are in this album. Some of them are a little bit darker, you know, talking about personal stuff or whatever. So the music really mirrors that with it's the whole vibe, you know.
Okay, sounds good. Have you guys announced a album title yet?
No, I don't even know if I should. We have it.
Okay. Yeah, it's up to you. I'd love to hear it, but
Yeah.
if it's not something that's out yet. Is there a main theme though? Maybe you don't gotta say the title, but like a main theme.
So there kind of is a theme, and we didn't plan it that way, but I think just the season we've been in while we're writing. I'll speak for myself, I guess. So for the lyrics that I write, that I've written for this, I'm coming from a place of, explaining where I've come from, where I'm at, and then kind of how I got there.
Okay.
And while also kind of putting in, so the album title, I love the name of it. So the album title is Birth Pains.
Okay.
So I just thought it was super hard, that
sounds like a dope title.
Yeah. So we're kind of there,
And you said it is the first release on a label, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the Birth Pains.
I think it's fitting.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'm excited to hear it. Do you guys know? Do you have a release time frame, a window for that?
So we're hoping to get this out. Well, we'd like it earlier, as soon as possible, but we're hoping to get it out by March, so that when it comes touring season, we're that's fresh on people's minds, and you can kind of do that.
That's awesome. I also am trying to get a project out in March. I'm trying to convince this dude and my other old bandmates to get our release something from our old band, because March is the 10-year anniversary of our album when we were together.
Okay.
So I'm like, hey, man, let's do something. Let's put something out. Yeah, well, this has been great, man.
Yeah.
So, what size shirt do you wear?
XL, 2X.
Okay. All right, cool. You were the #1 most listened to episode on my podcast. So that's your award right there. You can go ahead and open that.
I'm gonna open it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Man. Yeah. I should have brought gifts too. I didn't even think about it.
Oh no! I told everyone not to bring gifts. I'm gonna bring all the gifts. That is
that's hard,
unreleased,
bro.
my new merch there.
That's hard, yo.
Alright, you guys got any shows coming up soon?
No shows.
No shows yet? Okay.
I mean, the next show we have is in January, the end of January, and then the next show that we're doing. So that's kind of like a family type of thing.
Okay.
What I mean by that is there's another band that we're super tight with. We're doing like a birthday thing.
Okay, cool.
It's just us two playing.
Yeah.
And then there's another show about 2 weeks after that in early February. Same thing. It's for mine and our bassist Mel's birthday, and then Mikey in another band.
And what's this other band so that everyone?
Oh yeah. They're called Badass. They're a punk band out of. Well, they're kind of everywhere. So yeah. And they've just been a part of the Doulos' family for a long time.
Okay.
So that's another one. So that one's gonna be trying to lock in a venue, but we have probably like 5 bands in mind. I'm shooting for the stars kind of for that one, because it is going to be like partly my birthday show.
Yeah.
So I'm really like reaching to get a particular band that I want. So yeah. So those are the next ones we have, but till then we're just writing or finishing writing, but recording.
All right, cool. I'll keep my eye out on those, and hopefully I'll spot them and come through. Yeah.
Word, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for this section.
Thank you.
Stick around, and we'll get more presents for you. We've been recording, just
sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I've been in situations where I've been recording in the studio, and I can never tell if the person recording me is actually able to hear me while recording.
Gotcha.
Like they can only press play and hear it back.
Right.
But while it's recording, and so like I'll mess up a take and then be like, "Hey, all right, let's run it back."
Hello?
Like waving through the little window, like, yeah. Yeah, so thank you so much for sitting down for this little interview.
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
for coming through to this party. Let's see. Since the last time you were on, I mean, things have been going great, right? Hosanna's been flourishing.
Church is doing well, man.
Yeah.
It's we're wrapping up the first year since transition.
Yeah.
Right.
It's about to get weird because you just finished Jude and you're about to get into
Revelation. Yeah. Looking forward to that.
For, I assume, most of the year, right? If not all of
I
it.
think I kind of mapped it out already,
Yeah.
and it's like 6.5 months, 7 months.
Okay, so not the full year.
Yeah, not the full year. So
Yeah.
but who knows?
It's a weird book, right? Because it's because everybody thinks about the second half of it, where like the first half is the letters that are pretty normal compared to
Yeah, it's the first couple chapters, right?
It was low punch back then, right?
It's all about like kind of the churches, right? 7 letters, 7 churches.
It's basically just another
definitely a
add-on to the epistles.
a little different, but it's calling the churches out, right?
Yeah.
And but it's kind of like it's interesting because it's Revelation, right? It's all end times, right? It's all future, it's all prophetical.
Yeah.
But those first couple chapters are like now, right? Like what's going on now, and of course there's tons of theology all behind how people interpret the letters, and but then after you get through those first couple chapters, then it's okay, tribulation and end times and all the fun stuff. So
Yeah, it was interesting hearing the end of Jude today, where I was thinking like this makes sense as the ending. Like I get that the epistles are ranked based on length. Like it's not they're ordered in length, not because of like any thematic choice to order them in the way.
That is a great thought and question. Like,
No.
I mean, are they in order? Like
Based on length, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, man, I never knew that.
Some kind of New Testament literature class.
Yeah.
I actually didn't take it. There's a Yale New Testament literature class on YouTube that
that's
I
cool.
listened to.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. It's interesting because they brought in certain apocryphal books.
Yeah.
Paul and Thecla, I think, was the main one, and
Okay.
it's a strange one.
Yeah.
But they mentioned like the epistles are Paul's epistles ranked in length, and then the rest of the epistles also ranked in length.
Interesting.
But thematically, Jude kind of works as that end piece.
Yeah.
Where like before Revelation, if that was the end, it'd be like, oh yeah, this is the go out statement.
Right,
It's the same as the end of the gospel.
the concluding thought, right, is easy. Okay, here and now, stay in the fight, keep fighting, go one more round, and then
Revelation
and then now
just
we get-
comes on
yeah.
as like an epilogue. to
right,
it.
right,
Yeah.
and here's what's to come, right? Yeah, no, that's interesting.
Cool. What's been like a, I didn't even mention this in the last interview. I should have. What's a Christmas memory that you have? What's a weird Christmas tradition that you've had your life that maybe not everyone partakes in?
Christmas tree. Well, see, I don't have a whole lot of family out here.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much anywhere. But here in California, growing up, it was me and my brother, and my mom and dad, and then
And so y'all went surfing. for
Right, yeah,
Christmas.
every Christmas. No, it was just our nuclear family, right, and then my mom's parents. That's it. That's all the family we had. So our tradition as a kid growing up was always Christmas Eve at our house, Christmas Day go to Grandma's house,
Okay,
right?
yes.
That was kind of how we did it. And but as we got older, Christmas was a little bit less special, and we weren't like a faith-based home growing up or anything like that. But one of the memories I have, and something I got really good at every year, was my parents would put all the Christmas presents out on the 23rd, right, the day before Christmas Eve, because Christmas Eve was the day we celebrated Christmas. So I got really skilled at army crawling from my room out to the Christmas tree.
To see the presents.
This is what I would do, because my dad, he used to make model airplanes, so he'd have X-Acto knives, X-Acto blades. So I'd swipe one early in the day, then I'd army crawl out there, then my brother started joining me, when he was old enough, and so I'd army crawl out there, and I would slice the tape perfectly, open the gifts, see what's
Seal
inside.
and reseal it.
Oh, reseal it, tape over the cut, and that's my craziest memory of Christmas.
Yeah, that's,
you know,
that's
because
funny.
every year we would, and I got really good at it. And I just recently was talking to my mom about it. I'm like, "Did you ever know I was doing that?" She's like, "I had no idea. I can't believe you did that." And I'm like, "I did that for years, you know, because just you got to know."
It's funny because like
Well, that's all you need nowadays. Yeah.
I feel like maybe it's me as an adult thinking through this, but I'm like, oh, that's gonna ruin the surprise. Then you're gonna be disappointed when you actually open it.
I as a kid,
Yeah.
the anticipation of not knowing what's in it was just
painful.
Was painful, right? It was killing me. And then when I knew what was in it, it was like one more day to get to like play with the toys or whatever, and that was just like, I mean, ecstatic. Talk about like an adrenaline rush. That whole day, it's like can't wait, you know, because we would do it at night on Christmas Eve. So
yeah, I used
it paid
to
off.
not be able to sleep the night of Christmas.
Yeah.
And by that, like, I would go to sleep at a normal time, but I would wake up at like 3 or 4 in the morning. And not be able to go back to sleep. And so, like, I have a lot of memories of watching, like, the Pac-Man Christmas and stuff like that because it was what they would show at 3 o'clock in the morning on Cartoon Network. Like, all the worst Christmas movies. They weren't good. They were like the ones that weren't good enough to get on the prime time. And Christmas Story over and over and over again.
Yeah, see, I missed all that because when I was a kid, no cable, right? So middle of the night was infomercials and static.
Yeah.
That's all it was. So we would just like have to like tough through
So
it.
you just got to watch the Slapchop guy talk about
right?
Slapchop.
Yeah, it was always, you know, some infomercial about something. George Foreman, I remember when that, you know. I mean, I was there, you know, when that got launched. So yeah. That's cool stuff.
So you were top 5. You were number 5
man.
on the
That's
top
cool,
5
man.
podcast list. So
All right.
there is your prize for that.
Prizes.
Yeah, prizes, presents.
Right. He does like a double kick. Yeah.
Sick, bro.
Yeah, so I got a 2X. So
That's perfect. That's my size. Yeah.
Cool.
I am a 2X guy. Nice. Right on, dude.
Nice.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for sticking around for this.
Correcto.
Okay, because I just wanted to say, Matthew, you ever watch American Dad?
Yeah.
There is this episode where, like, they go to a school for a side bit, and some kid yells something, and the teacher's like, Matthew,
Man.
and then there's like some background
It's
noises.
kind of a punk ass name, a little bit.
Yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
There's some,
were you into battle raps back in the day?
yeah.
What was it? God, what was it? Math. His guy, is this big black dude. His name was Math.
Okay.
And he went against a guy called. Man, it was. It was before King of the Dot. It wasn't. What was between Smack and King of the Dot?
I know what grind time.
Yes, it was a grind time. And he keeps going, Little Matthew. You see, I would call you little bitch, but your real name's so bitch I don't have to. I was like, shit, that one kind of hit deep.
Yeah. So what has been throughout this year for you?
This year.
What was the goal? Did you make that goal?
You know what's funny? I've kind of
Did
rebounded
you survive?
from.
Did you not survive?
I did well. But you know what's funny with me, which is a little bit oxymoronic nowadays, is my 2020 and my 2021 were my best years.
Oh yeah.
And for most people that like clump that into one fucking big giant glob
bottom
of a
of the
COVID
barrel.
year or whatever,
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, that was my highest earning years as a company.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody wanted to get.
Well,
that
2020, there was a point where gyms were closed and people had to seek out personal trainers, and people started to seek out circuit training and jiu-jitsu a little more, you know? So that's where I came into play.
Met a couple people within just like the past month and a half that were like, oh yeah, I just started training this year.
Damn right.
Like,
I got a few buddies that are just starting and they're my age, you know?
Yeah,
You're like, shit.
It's blowing up jiu-jitsu. Like,
It's never too late.
It's
never too late.
I'm wondering if it's a result of like because UFC was the only sport on during the pandemic.
Oh, that's
like,
a good hypothesis
like,
there. Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, this is the sport to watch now. Now it's the sport to do.
Right.
And, I mean, they find out about jiu-jitsu and how it's not damaging. Like, it's
Not
a
as bad
sport
as you
can
think,
do
right.
as you get older, you know?
Big
like,
time.
As opposed to...
I probably said this multiple times already,
but
but it's very similar to I like to make I like to put surfing and yoga in the same category.
Yeah.
You don't have to be good at it to get a lot out of it.
Yeah.
To
I
really
get
love
that.
it. Yeah.
Though I say that surfing, you gotta be pretty.
Well, I mean,
good.
let's say you hop on that wave and you do 3 turns and an aerial move.
Yeah.
Great. But say it's your 3rd wave ever. It's a 4-footer, and all you do is stand up and make 2 turns and not fall off. You're like, it's the best day of my life.
Yeah, no. Riding it is, even if you're just riding it, I'm sure it's rewarding. My issue with surfing is it's so hard to paddle out unless you're like a strong
you got to earn it. You got to
Yeah,
well, it depends on where you go. If you go to Newport or one of the like shore breaks, that's not the case. But if you go to Huntington Beach or Bolsa Chica, you have to earn it. You have to get past the first break. Now you deserve a wave.
I used to surf a little bit in high school, and
it's tough. Yeah,
that's so hard, and I'm not a person for the cold.
I saw a really good meme. Well, you gotta have your suit and all that. Yeah. Come winter and all that. Yeah. I saw a really cool meme about skateboarders. Right? Were you a little bit of a skateboarder when you were younger?
A little bit. Kind of the same problem where I don't have the patience.
So
to get good at it.
So the kids that stuck to it long enough to get good. I mean, if you got good at skateboarding, the perseverance, the character you have. It's there.
Yeah.
It's there.
I mean, it's...
This ain't for no quitters.
To just do an ollie, you have to fail at an ollie like 1,000 times.
All my brothers are good at skateboarding except me.
Yeah. It's not even like... Even if it was just try and fail and that's it, that would be hard enough to do 1,000 times. But it's try, fail, hit the concrete.
Barely improve.
You barely improve. Every once, 5, 10 times you... fail, like you're gonna hit the ground, and
big time.
Even if it's not a bad fall, like hitting the ground sucks.
That's what they say. If you're surfing and you take a fall, at least you fall in the water.
Yeah.
Well, you almost died at the same time.
You could get barreled.
You almost died at the same time, right? When you take a good fall in surfing, and especially if it's something that's like a shore break or not too far out, say you're only in 8 feet of water, and that's where the break's at, that's where the sandbar's at. When you hit the ground and you just have to curl up and take it, the next day you feel like you got jumped.
Yeah.
Like, when you get beat up and you get jumped by people and you just have to cover up and take it, but you live, it feels like...
When I went to surf Huntington once, and my problem there was that, it crashed really close. Oof. And I was like, I don't know... even if I stand up, it's going to be a 2-second ride before it crashes and I'm on the dirt.
Lots of times at Huntington, it walls out,
Yeah, I went to...
It has to be the right day.
I went to Hawaii when I was young. I didn't surf at the time, but I, went to see, the spots where people surf.
Yeah. North Shore of Oahu or whatever?
Pipeline in Oahu. And, those waves were crashing on the beach, and I was like, why would anyone want to surf? This seems like the worst place to
That's why there's an ambulance right there behind the rocks.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it seemed dangerous.
It's like that at the wedge. The hospital is 4 blocks away, and I feel like they're just sitting right there ready to get the call.
Get that ambulance money,
Big time.
Get that taxi money. So for
paramedics
Christmas,
are collecting.
What is your Christmas history? What do you remember about Christmas throughout your life?
Currently, in my adult life, I don't even like the holidays.
No?
I wish fucking Christmas... Okay, this year, I wish Christmas was just another fucking Sunday. I just want to rest, you know what I mean? Same thing with Thanksgiving. I wish it was just fucking Thursday.
I'm not...
But, it's important to your mom. It's important to other members of your family. You play along. Do your thing. My family's a little bit traditional. And also a little bit Christian, so there's not a lot of drinks going around or anything. So it could be a little boring, you know what I mean? It could be a little bit I could do other things in my time, but it's important to be there with the fam.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have kids, right?
No kids, as old as I am.
Do you have nephews? Nieces and nephews? Do you buy them gifts?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, depends on which ones I see,
I get so excited about buying presents. I
can appreciate the excitement of a child at Christmas. Yeah. I think I lost that at an early age, maybe.
Yeah. What I really like to do is I'm trying my hardest when I give presents to a kid to make them what I think is cool.
Yeah.
Give them a Pokemon
So you give them what they want, or you give them what Well, you're
Kids want everything.
influence it.
Kids want everything, and I'm
Okay.
trying to influence. Yeah,
You want to influence them with
I'm
a little
trying
bit
to-
of Bud, or do you want to
Yeah, with a little bit of
Okay.
Bud the person, not
Yeah.
Bud the plant.
like?
I'm like if I go
I'm
to
sorry,
a
I should say
kid-
Icarus. Huh?
Yeah. Oh no. I tell people my name is Bud all the time. Like I never introduce myself as Ikarus. Yeah. So, like I'll give kids Pokemon toys, or Mega Man toys or Sonic the Hedgehog or something.
I love to
like
get
that.
kids Legos.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, I like
you're
Legos.
building, it's also cool, it's also creative, but you're also using your brain. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Did you ever have a Rector set when you were a kid?
A little bit, yeah.
With the metal and the motor, like it.
Not a motor, but like the you got that little block with the multiple holes.
Yeah.
And then the angle you put the stick at to connect them to the next is up to you.
Yeah.
And that's where the creativity comes in.
I never knew how to use the motor, but like I would mess around with all of it to try and figure something out.
That sounds
I
like the
remember-
2000s erector set right there.
Yeah, I remember there was a Denny's I went to when I was a kid that had like little interconnected plastic toys at the table.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, this is the coolest thing. Made a little spaceship.
Made that fucking milkshake taste better. Huh?
Yeah, that's right. So I forgot to grab your present before we started this, so I'm gonna
Oh,
go
too
by
kind
and
of
grab
you.
that. So you stay right there.
007 Kobe tournament.
Yeah, oh yeah, that show was good too. I watched that shit. Who was that? Who was it? Jesse, no? No, Carlos. Yeah, you beat that fool. You killed him in the restroom, no? You killed him in the restroom. Yeah, I remember that shit. Yeah,
What size strip you wear?
Medium or large, either one.
Okay.
Either.
The time limit? Yeah, I remember that shit. I wasn't that good at it. My brother was annoying. He would he knew where the
Don't worry, that happens all the time. But I'm short, so it's not an extra large.
Yeah, that's an extra large.
I'm a little thick, but I'm short, so it's not an extra large. Ah, too kind.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
So how does it work? I open it, then decide?
No, you open it right here. This one's not part of the White Elephant.
Oh,
This
really?
is just, this is just a gift for you. You were number 3 most listened to episode of
Oh,
the
shit.
podcast. Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, right. I would have thought. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that from the start. Yeah.
I wish I was a little better on social media, Mike. I could have been first or second.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no. After last time,
I also feel
got
like-
a bump in my following from people who follow Matt Pitt.
That's dope, man. I like hearing that.
Yeah.
I also feel like more people need to know who you are and what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I wish I had more power to point people towards you.
Yeah.
I'm like, this guy's is interviewing some interesting people.
Yeah, it's growing. Like it'll.
Oh,
get there.
dope. Okay, now, and I've seen this around. Like, this
Yes.
is whose company or emblem is it?
That is my new logo for my upcoming EP, Kid Icarus Takes Over the World. I'm putting that on
Dope,
a bunch of
dope,
stuff.
dope.
Yeah.
El Corona.
Yeah, so,
El Corona. How would you say? La Corona.
Yeah.
My Spanish is real bad.
Wow.
I shouldn't say that when I'm in Huntington
Better
Park.
than
huh?
mine. I was
Brown as fuck in Huntington Park saying that.
I was believing it the first time you said it. I don't know any different.
Oh, I got you. Just rolled with it and
Yep.
got made fun of later.
Yep. All right. Thank you for sitting down for the interview.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for everything. What you got? The
Yes.
hospitality here is great.
Stick around
Thanks
for
a lot,
more
man.
presents. Oh yes, sir. Yeah, you were from before the video days. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I was
started.
one of them.
I started doing video in, I believe, July was the first one.
Oh, okay.
And it was just on my phone when I started. And then I was asking around for a camera to get a used one, and somebody had this and was like,
Nice.
it's old, but if
Does it get
it
the
works
job
for
done?
you, then you
Yeah.
can take it. And yeah, it works. So it was great. I was looking specifically, I don't know if you've heard this before, most cameras have a 30-minute limit for
Yes.
what they're allowed to record. Yeah.
That's due to also because of battery life.
Oh, yeah.
Battery gets juiced up real bad. It gets chewed up.
There's some kind of tax law about European tax laws, I think. So European cameras and American cameras have a certain time limit they're allowed to do to get tax breaks. But
What the-
I think Panasonic specifically goes around it and can do longer videos.
Really?
And this one here is an
Ooh.
old Panasonic.
Beautiful.
It's one of the earliest forms of digital, so it's
Okay.
got these big digital cards instead of the SD cards.
Oh, wow.
It's a strange machine, but
But it
I
has
enjoy it.
it's still decent amount of memory on it at least.
Yeah,
Storage.
for the 2 cards, it's it records pretty much 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's good.
Each card, the big card's like 64 each, and it holds 2 cards at once.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is up, man? How have you been since the last episode you were on?
It's been kind of up and down. We've been doing a lot of different things. Music wise, been in and out as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Started making tracks. I haven't finished them. Got busy at work because of the season. I work for DHL, so shout out to DHL. I guess.
Is that shipping?
The shipping company, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty much almost same thing as UPS, but they take up a lot of time. It's a lot of international stuff and United Kingdom shit, and European stuff. But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's cool.
Did you have any particular goals coming into this year for your music?
Yeah, actually, I just started. Well, I started pushing more of my fluorescent movement.
Okay.
So I just picked up one of my boys. Actually, his name is Board One. Where he's a beat maker, producer as well.
Oh, nice.
So we're working a lot together, and I'm trying to help him build himself.
Yeah.
We put up two new beats from him as well, and we're working on a beat tape for him.
Dope.
So we're finishing that up.
When I was more into making like rock music and stuff, I had read this article about how if you want to play any instrument to pick from scratch, drums are good because bands always need drummers.
Yeah,
there's too many guitarists, there's too many basses. I feel like in the hip hop world, if you're going to start either being a rapper or a beat maker, there's tons of rappers. Yeah. There's not a lot of beat makers.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, so finding beat makers to link up with, like that's a good network to have.
Definitely, and also like you're just never gonna even when it comes down to the point, the point that you said about drums. A lot of new beat makers like Alchemist and a lot of these guys are actually dropping a lot of the drums and keeping them very simple and being more sample oriented. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. But at the end of the day, you still need a producer. So they definitely still need the ear for that. So that's also a great avenue to have producers on deck. So I'm very happy to bring them into the team as well.
Right on. So you were able to. So that was your goal, to push Fluorescent more. You were able to accomplish that.
Hopefully we could just keep going on, do more shows. I kind of stopped some shows because I didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to look again.
It's still kind of. Shows are still kind of weird.
Yeah.
They're not as popular as they once were.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that want to. I've been seeing a lot of showcases like on live shows. That's probably something that's a lot interesting to do right now.
Yeah.
Maybe just do like a quick live podcast or live stream session. I've seen that be helpful.
Yeah, I wonder, there may be this thing where, like, the fact that we were away from shows for so long, people might not necessarily be hesitant to do shows, but they might be more purposeful with them. Like, they're not doing shows unless it's, the top show that they can get,
Yeah.
Did you go, were you at the Slang shows, any of the Slang shows this year?
I was invited twice. I was not able to go.
No?
Yeah, I really did. My bad, Pumgado. I couldn't make it to those events.
The last Slang show was top to bottom excellent artists.
Awesome.
Yeah,
wow,
it was possibly the best hip hop show I've seen.
Nice.
That's coming from someone who doesn't really go to never really big artists except for I saw Greaves on Warped Tour though. It was a hip hop artist on a heavier show, or KRS-One at Observatory, but he was the only artist I knew there.
Yeah.
Where the Slang show was five acts or something, where every single one of them I was like, oh snap,
nice.
Okay, yeah,
that's good, man. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are really hungry to dish out their music, and I'm sure Pump's doing a great job on that as well.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe the time away from shows really put everything through the fire and burned away the acts that we didn't need, and
then just build it up,
purified everything.
Yeah, exactly. It probably made a bunch of people even more wanted with more reason to perform as well. They're probably hungry for the mic. That's definitely something that happens.
Audience too.
Yes.
They need something to do now.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
What is your what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Christmas movie?
Yeah, you know what? You're a similar age to me. What do you think is the cartoon that had the best Christmas special?
Simpsons, bro. I love Simpsons. I don't know why. I thought Simpsons was one of my favorites. That or South Park. Halloween's
I was gonna
great.
say, I was gonna say, as
too.
far as like adult cartoons, Christmas, Mr. Hanky is a classic.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
there's nothing.
South Park is definitely one of the good ones too.
There's no more classic Christmas character in cartoons than Mr. Hanky.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody knows him.
I remember as a kid, Fairly Odd Parents had a great Christmas.
Fairly Odd Parents? Yeah. Actually, I like them a lot
every
too.
day. Yeah.
I watched them a lot.
Yeah.
Growing up, definitely.
Do you have any?
I don't remember too much SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob though, but I don't know if they had any good ones for Christmas.
Yeah, I don't remember any of the Christmas episodes.
Yeah.
I recently saw a YouTube video of somebody talking about how great the SpongeBob Christmas episode was, and I was like, I don't remember it at all.
But I liked it.
They even like played parts of the episode, and I was like,
I get you.
Yeah, I don't remember this. It was SpongeBob learning what Christmas was from Sandy, and then trying to bring it to Bikini Bottom, and I was like, I had vague memories, but it wasn't the Fairly Odd Parents. It wasn't Olive the Other Reindeer. You ever see Olive the Other Reindeer?
No, I haven't.
It was like a Nickelodeon original movie. It was.
Wait,
was it good?
Was it that one kid? It was kind of like 3D-ish looking.
No, it was. No, I think that might have been Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer.
Maybe.
Olive the Other Reindeer was like a dog that thought she was a reindeer. It was. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It was good.
It happens, man. We all think we're different people too.
So, thank you for coming to the party. I've got a present for you.
Sweet.
Yeah, I feel like this might make other people jealous because it's a pretty good one.
Okay. Yeah. Open it up on here.
Open it. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I wasn't expecting anything.
Yeah. Yeah. There's more to come. This is just the special one. Okay. Yeah. This is all my self promotion right here.
What is this? It's a big box.
It was just an extra box. I just had a box.
Sure. Let's check it out. Let me get that here. All right. Ooh, this is really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome, man. Hey, I'm wearing that hat right now too. I'll probably just switch it out. Awesome, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah. Dude, thank you for coming through. Thank you for being on the podcast.
Always having us out around here, man. Definitely want to do more. I would definitely do more podcasts
awesome.
with
Yeah.
you as well.
Definitely.
I'm gonna wear this one. I'm gonna switch it out real quick.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Stick around. All right. What is up, bro?
So what do you do?
Let's see, man. It's been a while since you were on the podcast. You were one of my first guests. It had to be like
February,
second or third. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. I feel like right before the year started.
Yeah. I started in February. And you were within the first 5 at least. I want to say, second or third. So, how's your year been? It's been a big year for OKL.
Yeah, it's been good. Been making some progressing in my personal life, and then just doing more moves. Finally did our first collab with the 2-Time Collection,
and it is fantastic.
Right there.
Yeah, that is. It's probably my favorite piece of work that
I'm pretty proud of it. Yeah, it's really nice.
And I was like I told you yesterday, I saw the front and the back in different pictures, and I assumed they were 2 different items.
For sure.
And then when I found out they were the same, I was like, 2 for 1. Like they're both excellent pieces.
Yeah, like it's a trip because like my buddy, I wasn't even thinking about doing embroidery in the front, and it was his idea. Like I originally thought it was gonna be the back logo, the back image in the front, and then this is the center back, the screen printed. And then he was saying, he was thinking about making it an embroidery in the front. Yeah. And it came out way harder going this way.
Yeah, I like it. I like less in the front and more in the back. When you have like a big design, I think that works better for the back.
For sure.
So the embroidering, did you get that at
Dead and Buried?
Yeah, you guys do embroidery?
Yeah, embroidery, we do it, everything. Any type of merchandise, Dead and Buried merchandise, make sure to hit them up.
What's the deal with, do you guys charge more for extra colors?
You would have to talk to the bosses.
Okay. Because I went to get a design printed somewhere the other day, and it had like 7 colors, and it was like for one shirt it was like $40, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense because it's got so many colors. I'm so used to printing one color shirts, you know. But OKL's, besides the merch, the your Hood Theory stuff has been going.
Yeah, we've
wild,
been
too.
pushing up. We got more vlogs up on it, and last night we just same spot. We just finished doing a cipher. Got about like 4 of them in. The first three came out pretty organized, but then kind of liked how the last one came out. Last one came out pretty organic. It was just like about eight MCs at a time, just going in. It was pretty dope. Like
I had fun shooting that one because I was able to like get over people's shoulders. So a lot of the shots, you're seeing the person, but like you're seeing somebody's shoulder and the side of their face,
like
in the
some layers to it.
Yeah, so it makes it look almost like you're spying on them. Like
For sure.
or like you're in the back of a crowd and you're seeing how big the crowd is. Yeah, so it was fun to be a part of. So you started the ciphers this year, correct?
Yeah, this is the first year I've started doing them, and hopefully next year that we start going crazy, start being able to do a lot more.
Yeah, and then you also started the Hood Theory beer pong.
Yeah, Hood Theory beer pong. We got a lot more in the vault to get dropped. But
okay. I was gonna ask, should we be looking forward?
Yeah, we got an episode with you. You got your little grudge match against Army Chick. So like that's the next one's gonna be getting posted up.
Okay, yeah, we did record that, right?
Yeah, that we recorded that. That's gonna be the next episode.
That was at Mayhem, yeah?
Yeah, Mayhem.
Okay,
Shout out
that's
Mayhem.
right. Yeah. Did I win that one? I lost that one.
You won that. No, you won that one.
Okay, I was about to be embarrassed because.
Nah, you got that one. Like she wants a rematch for sure for that one.
Bro, were you at the Pomona show when
when
I tossed 2 and made it into the same cup?
I might have it on camera. I might have gotten it on camera.
Yeah.
I gotta go check. I got footage from that show too.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun time, dude. There's so many events throughout the year.
Yeah, it's been a pretty active year, right?
Yeah, and you've been more busy to me. Like I showed up at a few of the events you were at, but like you were going crazy with it, right?
Thanks. Yeah, I've just been trying to hustle, man. Trying to really get O'Kill out there.
How many events total throughout this year do you think you went to? Once a week?
I don't know about once a week, but for sure I was not once a week. For sure once a month. For sure I was out. For sure once a month, maybe twice a month.
Yeah.
It wasn't one every week for sure.
Yeah, I was able to
do some good shows. I did was able to open up for a couple artists this year, and there's some pretty decent shows. Like Pomona, I did a pretty big one, and also in San Bernardino, the Pomona show I did too was it was pretty cool because I felt like it was like the most successful I've had at a show. Because I've had some pretty good shows, but on that one, I was able to like really pull up with a lot of friends of mine, and we were able to get that presence, come in deep. We got a good place to set up the O'Kill merch, and so people were just walking in and just to be able to see us just deep right there with the couch, sitting on the couch with a bunch of merch, and everyone's passing out stickers.
Yeah, does it feel good? Like it feels like you've cultivated a brand that's recognized now, right? Do you feel like you go to shows and you run into people who know, like, okay,
I don't know that exactly. No. I don't think I can say that yet. I want to. I wish, but maybe somebody's seen my O'Kill brand.
Yeah, it feels like I assume that you're considered part of the scene where like people who go to Baka shows at least would be like, oh snap, the OKL guy.
Yeah, there's been some shows for sure that I'm recognized the O'Kill guy.
Yeah, that's great, man. It's cool to see how much you've been hustling, how much you've been working.
Heck yeah, compared to the beginning of the year, for sure, I know a lot more. I'm way more connected with a lot more people. Today than I was.
And you know what? I think quality-wise, everything has stepped up throughout the year too. I think that you've gotten better at making the merch, making the videos. Everything's stepped up throughout.
Thanks,
the year.
appreciate that.
What was that video? Was it with Complex that you were showing me a video?
Hot shit.
With all the
effects.
Yeah. Was it a lot of like flashy effects or like
trip out? I was just learning basic transitions.
That's right. Yeah.
So I learned some basic transitions, and then like I wasn't satisfied with like with those transitions by themselves. Mm-hmm. So I just literally just started grabbing like just random edits from YouTube, and I would just throw it on top of the transitions, and like it just made the transitions look a lot more better. Like I wasn't even expecting.
I remember it looking like so aggressive, like fitting within the track type. Like like the visuals hit as hard as the track did. Yeah.
Thank you.
So.
All right.
Present for you, man.
Thank you, man.
I'm bad open.
Appreciate it.
just self-promoting right here. I'm just trying to get my name out here. Yeah, I'm not the best rapper. I'm the best lyricist, but not the best rap and paper kind of
So clean.
rapper. Yes,
Fuck
sir.
yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Especially knowing more about the hat. This is sick, dude.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Dude,
it.
Thank you for coming through. Stick around. We got
Heck
more
yeah, man.
presents.
I'm chilling. All right. Kid Ikarus has a podcast.
I was walking out of Party City getting this hat, and I saw this cane, and I was like, all right, yes. I had to go back in and buy it. All right, so going first. Ezra, you're up first. Come on and grab a present. Okay. Go ahead and open it right here.
Alright.
Sir. Dope. There you go. Got some drumsticks. People be looking at. Now you just go back to your seat and yeah, and someone might steal it. Who knows?
Probably that guy.
Matt, you're up. Come grab one.
Got my Christmas spirit going on.
He didn't want the drumstick.
The non-greedy in you wants to take the smallest one, right? But that's not always what you think.
Oh yeah, it might not be the best. The smallest might be like a Visa gift card or something. I'm not saying it is. It might be.
Tempted to pick the bottom one because it's the biggest.
Should've just gone with the gun, huh?
Professionally wrapped, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Slinky dog. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
You know what? I'll steal that one.
That's pretty classic, huh?
How do I steal? I just
When it's your when it's your turn, you can steal.
okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I have forgotten your name. I know it's related to Mary, right? Muriel. Muriel, you're up.
I feel like I don't get that far.
Yeah. Come on, you're here. Everyone here gets a present.
You exist.
Even the people who are sitting in the parking lot get a present.
You told him?
Yeah, I told him I was gonna say one for him.
Alright. Happy little dinosaurs. Nice.
Yeah, I have not played that, but it looks cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Nathan. You're up.
When you get old, that
Yeah,
game
some
night,
kind of game.
car games and stuff. When you get old, that's just money right there.
It is a
Little
party.
trivia.
It's a party. Alright.
Exploding kittens like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I got that on Bethlehem Boulevard. There's that little new shop there.
deuce, let loose and rip the head off.
Drawing is magic.
It's a little like a prompt sketchbook with some
nice.
pens to go with it.
Well, that is cool.
Yeah.
Right on, legit.
No one's stealing stuff.
I
I feel like y'all ain't playing
Oh,
this
that's
game.
right. That's the
correctly.
person right before you.
Yeah, I totally.
Oh no, you can steal anything before you.
Okay.
Yeah. Retro, you're up. Grab one.
So I want to go last. I want to see where everybody gets
So it's
first.
about the moment. You see it and you go, I want this or the prior, right?
You say you
So
want
he
this
he
or
has the power to
anything
steal
else.
right now.
Yeah, he can steal from anyone.
First steal. I didn't embrace that. Let's see what you got, man.
No, he's stealing it.
Oh, you already decide that. Okay.
Yeah, now you either get to steal from somebody else before you, as long as it hasn't been stolen before,
Or I get to go.
or you can open a new one.
Oh, that's a drawing. Oh, that drawing book. That's pretty dope. What is that?
I got game.
A game? Like a game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's kind of like moved off of her too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, that's the way. That's why it
I'm not
works.
sure
to
back
please
in.
everybody.
Yeah, that's all, I'm definitely. I thought it was pretty badass when I read through it.
No, all right. We got a book. What's it about?
That's what's up.
Well, maybe it's not
I'm a good.
Maybe I'm not as slick as I think.
If it wasn't this, it was a
No, it is a book.
Hunted.
And I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give a fair warning. That's my favorite book probably of all time is right
Really?
there. It's also very disgusting. It's very R-rated. It's yeah, it'll make you sick.
R-rated, you say?
People have fainted during live readings of the first chapter. Yeah, it's by the guy who wrote Fight Club.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it's an excellent book.
That puts a big,
Thanks for
good
coming
stamp
to the
on it,
Pumps.
right? Good to see you, man. Oh, shit.
All right.
Okay,
So
so if I wanted to, I should have chose before.
yes, you choose
Yeah,
to steal
well,
before you open.
I got the book, and we'll let you know if I think it's that disgusting.
Also, the cover glows in the dark, and when I got it, I didn't know that, and so like I woke up one night and like saw it. They're like, "What is?" Yeah. Mike, you're up. Okay. There's some that I know by looking at them, and some that I don't. And I don't think I'm. Oh, now I know what it is.
Ash versus the evil bag.
Yeah.
What is that?
That is an action figure.
That's the movie, right? Army of.
Yeah. It's the series. It's the TV series based on the show.
That
Yeah.
movie's good.
Yeah,
That
right.
movie's really
It's-
good, man.
Yeah,
Have you seen it?
one of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Yeah, for sure.
All right. Let's see. Pump. You're already up. Grab a present. First off, though, like, what's up, man? Good seeing you. Yeah. So grab a present. We're doing the white elephant. You're the last person. Just any of these here.
Unless you know what we got.
Unless you want to
Unless you want to steal from somebody.
I got it.
We're not emphasizing.
Except for the slinky dog. That one's
I
been
don't got
stolen
anything,
already.
man.
But all the rest, we got.
Yeah. That's
Some drumsticks over
Oh,
here,
so
an
you
art
can't get
book,
restolen, that's good.
Happy Little Dinosaurs game,
I was gonna say.
a pretty good book.
The big one is.
Do it. Go for it, man. Go for it. Pump.
It might be deceptive.
Yeah.
That tree is sick though, but.
Let's take the little one.
Okay.
Alright, let that be like a K real quick. Good little gift card.
There's a lot of layers. It must be good.
That or that's some Colgate.
No, yeah, I think you chose wrong. Actually, no, you might have chosen right. You do play guitar,
I
right?
do play guitar.
Okay, yeah. It's some guitar strings and some picks.
Acoustic or electric?
Electric.
Okay.
The super heavy electric.
Really? The thick,
I tried to find like a thicker, the thickest they had at the Guitar Center. They kind of have a weak selection now. I don't know if I was
This
looking
one
at
I
the wrong
know I'll
spot.
put to immediate use.
Okay,
This
yeah.
one for the time is right.
Yeah. When it's a utility, you know, you need it when you need it.
Yeah, just want to have more of a rhythm, like type of.
Yeah. All right.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. And then we've made it to the end. So as a gift, no Clash. Man
Oh, that's
behind the
fine.
camera is not picked yet.
All right,
Come
let's
in
go.
here and
Let's
pick
go.
your-
Alright.
Go
So
check who just on.
I have a choice of either taking an action figure or one of these, right?
Hmm.
I think one of those are tempted.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at that action figure.
I feel like that's a good thing to steal it. That
What
Ash
action
was
figure?
evil dead.
Yeah. Did you see the second one that they made for them? Where he went? He
Oh,
travels back in
I'm
time?
sorry. I've seen all of them.
I'm sorry.
Good choice. Good choice. There's still some gems in here though, so
Also, you guys
grab one.
Yeah, that movie, those movies.
I just had to go for this one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think you'll probably be happy with that one. It's pretty good.
Oh, maybe it's not.
Oh, that would have been nice.
It's
High key, that would have been nice.
right? Yeah, you're right.
I got a starter. Definitely right there. He's one of my favorite starters too. I ain't gonna-
All right. Now we've reached the end. So as you guys are supposed to either pick one to replace your gift, keep your gift, or steal one. You keeping them?
Yeah.
All right. All right, cool. Then we don't got enough to go for a second round, so we're gonna end it right there. So I got the spot for another hour. Hang out, guys. Have some pizza. Thank you guys all so much for coming. I really appreciate it. I'm always worried whenever I do something, and then you guys are all came here. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Merry Christmas.
Thank you for having us.
Look at me now. Finally gained the throne when I've been giving up my crown. Right? I'm feeling blessed. Tell me how are you? Just let me know if there's anything that I could do. Yeah, I'm feeling blessed. Tell me how are you? Ain't no